Hello everyone, this is Harminder Suri from Toronto Drivers, your one-stop shop to all the driving solutions. Thank you very much for a great response to my correcting the parallel parking video. I was overwhelmed with the comments I received in the comment section, so please keep commenting, liking, and sharing my videos because that encourages me to make more good videos for all of you. So in this video, I'm going to take you on a tour of the Oakville drive test route. In the video, I'm going to share with you the tips and pointers that are going to be helpful for you to pass the road test in the first attempt. So please make sure you watch the video all the way through the end and do not miss out on any pointer that I've shared in the video. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you still haven't subscribed to my channel, then please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can be notified when I launch or publish a new video. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy this video.
Alright friends, so this is the drive test center and this is the Wycroft Road. So you enter the drive test center from the Wycroft Road, and when you enter you want to make the first left and you want to park your car somewhere here. These are the numbered spots. Now let's say, you know what, summers are coming up and it's going to be really busy, so you may not find a spot here. In that case, you can park your car either here at the back or on this side. Now earlier they used to allow people to park their cars on this side as well, people who were taking the road test, but now they have numbered these spots and they don't want people to park on this side if there are spots available here, because you know these spots are numbered. Let me show you. You see, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, and when you're doing the test, they and you want to register, they want this number. They want to know which number you're parked on. So let's say let's say you don't find a spot here and you want to park here somewhere. Now these spots at the back that I was showing you earlier, these spots are now numbered. So in that case, you want to mention what row you are in. So this would be the first row, second row, third row, or the fourth row. So that's the way it works. So now let me go back to the aerial view once again. Let me rotate it. Okay, so this is where you enter from. You go here, you park here, and you want to go into the drive test center. Let me do a close view of the drive test center. Okay, so this is the drive test center here, 2370 Wycroft Road. You enter here, and when you enter the door, on the left hand side you would see the kiosks. So there are these kiosks where you want to register for the road test. I don't know if it's changed. It's been a year since I went to Oakville, so it's been over almost a year since I stopped teaching anymore. So yeah, so that's where the kiosks are. That's where you enter. And this lady here in the blue shirt, that's the uniform of the examiners. So she is an examiner. So she's been there for quite some time, like I've seen her for 3 to 4 years. So that is the uniform of the examiners. They wear blue shirts and black pants. So she's going to do a test, and this is where the examiners come from. So they have the back door for themselves. They don't come from here. It's very rare for these people to come from here. They usually come from here. So if you're waiting for examiner, now you know where you want to look and where to expect the examiners from. So that is that. Now I'm going to go back to the aerial view. See, now another thing I wanted to show you was, this is a little tight spot. Let me go back here actually. Let's say, you know what, let me go back here. So, okay, this person is probably doing the test or trying to park. Now this is where, okay, another thing you want to know, this I will be mentioning in another video, but you see how these cars are parked? They're facing outward. When you're doing the test, this is the tip you want to remember, you want to park your car facing outwards so that it's easier for you to come out when you start the test. If your car is reverse parked and it's busy like this, then it would be hard for you to come out if you're not very good at reversing. And you know what, you don't want to make that bad first impression on the examiner trying to reverse and not being able to reverse it properly. So that is why it's always good to park your cars like this. You see, most of the cars are parked like this. So okay, so now let's say you start your test from here. Now this is where you're going. Now this is something. There used to be a stop sign here, so I'm not sure if it's there. Even if it's not, what you want to remember is that you want to stop here because there's cars coming from here. I'll show you the aerial view also. So there's cars coming from here, and from here, everywhere. Now this is a very busy parking lot, so you want to be very careful. You want to pause here, look on both sides, and then make the right turn. Make sure you indicate and then make the right turn. Now a lot of people have failed here because they did not stop and there were cars coming. So earlier there used to be a stop sign, and these guys had to stop, but they didn't stop, so they failed right at the beginning of the test, and you don't want to do that. Now, okay, let me go back to the aerial view actually.
Okay, sorry for the interruption. I just wanted to quickly ask you, which one is your favorite drive test center? Which one do you think is the easiest drive test center in Toronto GTA? I ask you that because I have a video in mind based on the comments I received. So please make sure you mention below in the comments which one do you find is the easiest drive test center in Toronto or GTA.
Okay, you see now? You see. This is what I was talking about. So you see the cars coming from here. So let's say you're waiting here. There's cars coming from here, and from here, all the directions. So you want to be very careful. Now, after you make the right turn here, you want to come up here. Now, I've seen people stop here, too far behind this line. So let's say you stop here. Now, let's say you're waiting here to make the turn. Usually they make you go left. Now you want to make a left turn. There's cars coming from here and here. You want to wait for the road to clear up before you make the turn. Now a lot of people wait here. Now the problem with waiting here is that there's a tree here and there's a signboard here which blocks your view. So they're not getting a good view, and then because they're not able to see clearly, they wait too long, and that annoys the examiner. You don't want to do that. So what you want to do is you want to creep up to here, creep up to this line. The front of your car should be here, for you to be able to get a good view of the traffic. Go as far as you can up to here, because you're safe. You're not blocking the traffic and then in any way, so there's no harm in creeping up to here. Now after you find it safe for you to make the turn, you make the turn, and let's say you're going left. Now there's 3 possible routes. I'm not going to bore you with all the routes in this video. I'm going to show you 3 different videos on 3 different routes in Oakville. So the first route, this is where most people go. So that's making a left turn from here. Okay, another thing you want to remember is that you don't want to be in the middle. So treat this as a two-way road so that people coming back from the test, they want to enter from here, and since you're starting the test, you want to stay tight to the right. Okay, so you make a left here and you go this way, you keep going straight this way. You see it's a curve. Now another thing you want to notice here, so when you go to Oakville, it's a wide road. Now this part is also very wide, and now a lot of people are confused which side of the road they should be driving on. It's okay for you to drive in the middle of the road. Treat this as a 1-lane road. Okay, So this is where you're going. So you go this way. Now the speed limit on this road is all 50. Okay, now see, as I said, it's been a long time since I went to Oakville, but at the time I was taking my students for a road test there. What my observation was that any one lane road is 50 speed limit. So this road is one lane, so this is 50. This is all 50. Now it's a bend here. Now usually at a bend you would slow down, but on this bend you don't want to slow down because it's a wide road, so you don't really need to slow down. If you slow down, let's say, thinking that it's a bend and you slow it down to 40, you could fail. Some people have failed in the past. You don't want to take that chance. Drive at 50. You can easily do 50 even on these bends. Now this is all one lane up, here. This is a bend here. Now, so you go up here this way. Now it's gonna soon turn into 2 lanes. So just wait and watch. So it's all one lane here. You see, this is what I was talking about. Now from here, it's gonna turn into 2 lanes. So if you're doing the G2 test, you want to stay on the left-hand side because they are going to make you turn left very soon. So a lot of people go into the right lane, and then because there's lights coming up, it's like, I don't know how it looks like here, but the lights are really close. They're like, 200 meters from this turn here. So if you go to the right and you keep driving, and the examiner wants you to switch to the left lane, which happened with one of my students. They were driving in the right lane and they were asked to switch to the left lane because that's what their G2 route is. And when they tried to switch to the left lane, they did not check their blind spot and they were almost about to hit a car, and they failed right here. So you don't want to make that mistake. You want to stay in the left lane. Keep driving in the left lane. So keep driving, and you see what I was talking about. So if you had stayed in the right lane, you'd have to make a right turn. So you can only make a right turn from the right lane here. You see the arrows, and here it says a left turn, and this is where they want to take you. So if you're doing the G test, then they make you go to the right, which is this way. I'll show you the highway route. So the highway is not too far actually from here. You see this one leads to the highway. So from here they take you onto the highway. So you made a right here, you came this way, and then you come out this way and you go onto the highway. But we are not going there. I am talking about the G2 route. So let's go back to the G2 route. Now the good part, the Oakville route is really straightforward, very easy. One good thing I like about this route is that people who are hesitant in making left turns, or who are not very confident in making left turns, they don't really have to worry too much about it, because you see, this is one of the major left turns that you make and on this route. So this route is actually my favorite. Most people passed when they went on this route. So here you see, you don't have to worry. When the light turns green, you don't have to worry about cars coming from here, because it's three-way traffic. So yeah, when you see the green, it's your right of way. And also you don't have to worry about pedestrians, because no pedestrians cross the road here, and you also don't see any pedestrian crosswalk here, right? So it's on this side and this side, so you don't have to worry about pedestrians or the oncoming traffic from this side. However, you need to be careful about one thing. This is one thing I used to tell my students. Now this is a little tricky turn, because you see, this is a Y turn. You see the yellow line here and another yellow line here. Now what one of my students did was, when they were making the left turn, they entered here, okay, and then they hit they did not hit it, but then, you know, they realized that they were in the wrong lane and they saw the island there. But you don't want to make that mistake. You want to go straight away into this lane. This is the second yellow line that you want to stay close to, and you don't want to go into the right lane. I will be talking about how to make left turns and which lane you want to stay into, but just know that you want to stay into the nearest lane, which is the first lane here. So you want to drive on this side. Okay, now remember I told you about the speed limit. Any one lane road is 50, so it was all 50 up to here. I'm not going to treat this as a 2-lane road because these are turn lanes, but so this is all 50 up to here. Now from here, since it's 2 lanes, it's going to the speed limit's going to be 60 here. So it's a very small patch of 2-lane road and 60 speed limit. The rest of the route is all 50. Even in the side streets, you want to drive at 50 because there's no speed sign posted on the side streets. So the examiners want you to drive at 50. However, you know what? You want to be. I mean, sometimes it'll be hard for you to drive at 50. It will feel too fast when you're driving at 50 on the side streets. So keep it between 40 and 50. So as long as you're close to 44, 45, it's still okay. Okay, so coming back here now after you make the left turn here, whenever you have the chance, you want to switch to the right lane because that's what they expect. Again, I will be talking about that in the left turn video that I make. So you keep driving here. They could ask you to make a few lane changes. This is where they ask you to switch lanes. And also remember, now this is a slope here. The bridge, underneath the bridge, this is all a slope, and you want to watch your speed. It could go over 60, so it's a little tricky here, but yeah, make sure you watch your speed here. So okay, now from here it turns into 3 lanes. So 1, 2, and this is the left turn lane. They will not make you go into this lane, the leftmost lane, because they want you to go straight. Now most likely you will be in the middle lane here. So if you're in the middle lane here, then you can be sure that you're gonna make a left turn. Now the left turn, you see, because the middle lane corresponds to the left lane here. So this is where you would need to make the left turn. Let me show you. So this is where the left lane ends. It ends here, and you would need to make a left turn here. Now okay, now if you're going straight, then they would want to keep you in the right lane, so which takes you to the other turn. It's the same side streets at the end of the day, but yeah, instead of making a left turn here, you go straight. Now mostly they will keep you they're most likely to keep you in the left lane here because they want to see how you make a left turn with oncoming traffic. So okay, and yes, so the speed limit is 50 after these lights. So you would see the sign somewhere here which says 50. So as I said, the 60 speed limit is just a small patch, and it's all 50 after that. So now this is a little tricky. Now people stay in this left lane. What happens is they sometimes miss. See, they miss this part. They don't see that the white line ends here, and that is where the lane ends. And instead of stopping, they keep going and they go into this lane here, right? 1 or 2 students have done that, so you don't want to make that mistake. So you want to stop here. Be careful. Keep looking on the road. Keep looking out for this turn here. There's an island here, so you know that, you know, when you see the island, it's time for you to stop and make the left turn. This is Waterford Street, so this is where you make the turn. So when you make the turn here, it's all 50 speed limit here. It's all 1 lane here. It's a wide road, and you want to treat it as a 2-lane road, and you want to stay on the right hand side. You don't want to drive in the middle of the road, okay, because there's cars coming from this side too, so you share the road with the oncoming traffic. And then it's all side streets, right? So they could make you turn anywhere, you know, basically. So you go out this way, and let me show you where you come out from. But you're most likely to make a 3-point turn here somewhere and go back on Waterford Street. This is where they bring you. Now here, I want to show you something important. So when you're coming back here, you would come across a stop sign here. This is what I was talking about. Now, this stop sign is for you to stop and look out for pedestrians. Now, you don't have to worry about the oncoming traffic here, because this lane is for people making a right turn. Let me show you. Let me show you the aerial view. Okay, you watch. Okay, you see this? Now, this is for people making a right turn. So you're not impeding the traffic in any way. So you want to keep driving in the right lane after you've made the full stop. So you want to make the full stop here, creep up, look for pedestrians, and then make the right turn, and then try to speed up here. Usually people, you know, keep driving slow after the turn, but no, you don't want to drive slow. You want to speed up, get up to the speed of the traffic, and try to merge with the traffic, because, you know, later on they want you to you know what, actually wait, you don't have to worry about it. I forgot, my bad. So you can actually keep driving in this lane, and you don't have to switch until they tell you to. You don't switch from right to left. You actually switch from left to right on the test. I will explain this one also in another video, but just remember to stay in this lane. So remember, it was all 50 up to these lights, right? So though it's like, you know, 2 lanes, it's beginning to turn into multiple lanes. It was all 1 lane before this. So if you look at this, it was all 1 lane. It's all 50, and after the lights, it's going to turn to 60. So you would see the sign somewhere here. They would ask you to switch lanes. If they haven't asked you to switch lanes earlier, then they could ask you to switch lanes here. And yeah, so these are the 2 lanes. Again, it's a slope coming up here. So this is the bridge, and you come here, and there's lights coming up here where you want to make a right turn. So you want to stay here, and you want to okay, so stop at the lights when they're red, and then make the right turn here. So after you make the right turn, when you make the right turn, you want to stay in the right lane. Now remember, when you make the right turn here, this lane is going to end the right lane. So watch this here. Okay, now the road in the map really seems long, but it's not really that far, you know. The lane like comes in 2 seconds, right? I mean, you have to be very quick in terms of changing lanes, because you see this lane is ending here. Now sometimes, you know, well, yes, you do want to make the switch to the left because the lane is ending, but at the same time you don't want to rush it if there's cars there. So allow the cars behind you to pass before you make the switch. If they're too close, allow them to pass first and then switch to the left lane. I will be talking about lane changes also in the videos coming up. So yeah, so after you've made the switch, you know what, another thing I want to tell you is that you can't miss this. You can really see it when you're driving. You can see that the lane is going to end, so make sure you make the switch before it ends. Do not get to this point and then come to a full stop. Okay, so make the switch beforehand and you're almost back. So you back to this lane. So this is again 50, all 50. So this is the same road that we had taken. And you enter here and you're back to the drive test center. So after you turn right, they're going to ask you to make a left turn or a right turn depending on how busy the left side is. Right, if it's really busy, they'll make you to turn right. And that is, if you've not done parallel parking, they're going to ask you to reverse park, right? So somewhere here. And if you've done parallel parking and it's busy everywhere, they're just going to let you drive up here and stop beside this wall, right? And then they're going to share the result with you. And I hope my video is going to help you prepare for the road test in Oakville, and I hope you pass after having practiced on this route. What I would suggest you do is, if you have the time to take a tour of this route, like just do a 30-minute driving to see what the route looks like and make yourself familiar with this route so that you're not nervous on the day of the test. So yeah, so just follow this route, follow the tips that I've shared along the route, and I'm sure you will pass with flying colors. And when you do pass, please do not forget to leave a comment and tell me how the video helped you. And it's always good to share one or two pointers, something that you missed, the feedback that the examiner shared with you, something you should have been careful about, so that the people watching this video can read the comments and can benefit from those tips. So thank you very much again for watching my videos, and if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up and share it with one person that needs help with passing the Oakville road test. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you again with another video on the second route in Oakville.